In this video I'm going to show you how I integrated two different styles of painting to create one. So in this painting the shapes are quite hard edged and very clear, and in this one the painting is done in a much more looser style with more drawing and mixed media involved here. So this is how I start both of these paintings, is by making shapes. And this is a really quick and good way of making a variety of really different types of shapes and quite unpredictable shapes. And you can see here I've just written out some words and then I'm cutting around the letters, and well, I'm not really so much interested in the letters, I'm interested in the negative shapes around them, because they create really interesting and unusual combinations of shapes. And here you can see the shapes that I created by cutting those letters out of that sheet of paper. They're all quite different, and they're really useful for beginning a painting. So here I am drawing around one of these shapes and just selecting different shapes that I cut out and drawing them to create some sort of beginning stages of a composition. And then with a black marker I'm just going around the edges just to create sort of a linear framework in this painting. And yeah, it's just some of the lines I did with black, some of them I left. And then coming in and with some white paint, just filling in some shapes there to create some value contrast. Now when I'm painting in these shapes, I'm doing it quite loosely. I'm going over the edges. I'm not really worried about being contained within the shape. In fact, I'm thinking of it more as just putting down pools of colour that are sort of loosely clinging to the shape but not really contained within, and then working back over the top with a pencil to bring out those lines again, just keeping the colour palette quite limited, using these greens and this warm sort of orangey colour in the pencil as well. This is a yellow pencil. I'm bringing some lines in here with that yellow pencil, and I'm echoing those shapes with the pencil work that I've already painted in with the paint, and then just scattering that warm colour throughout, adding a little bit of detail, and by scratching in some more lines. And then I wanted to bring something in that was a bit more well defined, that would sit on top and draw the eye. Looking at this now, it's got lots of nice colour, and I like the colour palette. It's sort of all that minty green, limey loveliness, and it's got lights and darks, and it's got a line, and it's got shape and all that sort of thing, so I quite like it. But this little bit here is a little bit of linear work from the marker that I used originally, and that's given me the idea that I like that little bit of detail. So I'm going to use some of the little bits that I cut off when I was making those shapes and stick them in as collage. So this is what I'm going to do now, and this will add a little bit of detail. Now all my drawing so far has been quite loose, so coming in with a ruler and drawing really straight lines is different, and that creates another type of interesting mark. And then I'm just sort of adding more interest in linking lines and shapes with that pen. So that's what it looks like in the end. A combination of loose paint and line. And now to integrate both of those paintings, I have to bring in what I have on the right hand side, which is that white. And so I've brought in that light area on the left, which kind of integrates it, and because the palette is the same, the colours are harmonious, and it works together as one painting. But they're done in two different styles.